The Logitech G502 is one of the most recognizable and widely used gaming mice ever. With its ergonomic design and gamer aesthetic, as well as Logitech's kingship over PC peripherals, there is no wonder why this mouse is on top when it comes to popularity. It is not the best gaming mouse out there, however it comes in at a very mid-range price of around $40 and performs well in all areas. But why this mouse? Why has the G502 become such a staple for the gaming community and for Logitech itself? Well, I'm going to be getting into everything about this mouse. I'm going to be reviewing it, and hopefully that will shed some light on why this mouse is so iconic. Welcome back to Hardwired Review, everybody, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Logitech G502 and why it has been the most widely loved gaming mouse for so long. Stay tuned. The original Logitech G502 was released way back in May of 2014, and since then there have been numerous variations and styles to come out. In fact, I don't actually have the original G502 to review in this video. I have a newer, updated version that's still quite old at this point. It's called the G502 Proteus Spectrum, and since all G502 iterations have retained the same overarching design and form factor, I will be using my mouse for the review aspect of this video. I think the main reason why Logitech's G502 mouse sort of product line at this point has become so popular is because with the first mouse that Logitech made, the original G502, they found a design that everybody for the most part liked, and they stuck with it. Obviously, they adapted to change, they added new features along the way, and changed and tweaked some little aspects that some people didn't like, but for the most part, they stayed with what the original footprint of this mouse was. For instance, now in 2021, everybody's onto wireless gaming mice. Wired gaming mice are still obviously popular, but wireless is the new big trend. Logitech has adapted to this. They came out with their G502 Lightspeed not too long ago. It's completely wireless, it has the latest sensors, battery technology, and obviously the slightly less crucial feature, RGB. Each iteration has also become slightly lighter by a few grams to accommodate for the trend in lighter gaming mice, but we will talk about weight a bit more later. Now we're into the review portion of this video where I actually review this mouse. What's my opinion on the G502 personally? So while I can only specifically speak about the G502 Proteus Spectrum, I have to say the handling this mouse provides with its ergonomic shape really cradles my hands better than any others I have tried, and I can definitely tell why a lot of people really like the G502 lineup because, as I said before, all of these mice have a very similar build and really share that same ergonomic design that a lot of people like. Now getting back to that weight aspect, my Proteus Spectrum has 5 swappable 3.6 gram weights, which can increase or decrease the weight of this mouse by up to 18 grams. 18 grams might not seem like a lot to most people, but in terms of gaming mice, it's actually quite a lot. I have an ultralight gaming mouse that actually only comes in at around 60 grams, so that'll give you an idea that 18 grams is pretty much 1/3 of the weight of that ultralight gaming mouse. So you're definitely going to be able to feel a difference with these weights in or out, and it'll give the mouse a completely different feel depending on how much weight you have or less. Now the G502 Proteus Spectrum that I have does not weigh 60 grams. It's definitely a lot heavier of a mouse. It comes in between 258 and 240 depending on how many weights you have in, as I've said. Personally, I like the heavier feel so I can more easily flick in games and have better stopping power. For my version of the G502, Logitech also included software originally, which is still compatible with this mouse. I believe they have a newer updated software program that you can download that will allow you to change the DPI settings and RGB presets, because yes, this mouse does have RGB. Speaking of DPI, my mouse maxes out at 12,000 DPI. However, newer versions of the G502 are a lot higher. I believe it's up to maybe around 20,000 right now. I'll put something on the screen if that's wrong. But yeah, the DPI functionality on this mouse and all future iterations of this mouse definitely gives you a wide range of customization. I'm not sure what 12,000 DPI is actually going to help you do. Generally, gamers like DPI a lot lower, generally between 200 to maybe 1,000. But yeah, that option is there for some of you crazy high-sensitivity gamers. One last thing I would like to point out in terms of the physical features of this mouse is the scroll wheel can be changed from the normal incremented, scroll wheel that has that clicking sound with it to a completely free spinning scroll wheel, which will allow you to scroll through like, I don't know, maybe 10,000 pages per minute if you really need that. So while my G502 model is nearly a half a decade old at this point, and the original G502 model having come out way back in 2014, these seemingly outdated versions still hold their ground. And that's just the older, outdated versions of this mouse. The newer Lightspeed Edition wireless mice, as I've previously mentioned, have updated sensors, and their performance to price ratio is insane. In my mind, if I had to boil down the answer to why the G502 is such a recognizable gaming mouse, I would have to say it lies in its reliability. It has a reliable design which only gets minor changes, a reliable, affordable price, and with each new iteration, the mouse becomes reliably better. Essentially, you know what you're getting with the G502. It's going to be a very quality mouse no matter what iteration or what model you get. And you always know that Logitech is striving to make these mice better with each new generation. This is not sponsored by Logitech at all, but I do really like Logitech as a brand. Say what you want about their mechanical keyboards, when it comes to their mice, they really have it down. So if these aspects remain the same, I can see the G502 being the same recognizable mouse that it is today for years to come. And if it adapts to change, its popularity will do the same. I love this mouse and I can't wait to see what Logitech has up its sleeves for the future. Also, if you would like to buy the mouse in this video or newer updated versions of the G502, those will be linked in the description down below. Alright everybody, that's going to do it for this one. If you like me going over products like this from past years, feel free to hit the subscribe button down below, like this video, and leave a comment to let me know that you liked it. Also, leave any other feedback for me in the comment section down below, and I'll be sure to respond to you. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.